Show us your tips. Pro Group Racing, Daggy and Beaver with you to look towards Saturday racing. Beaver, the carnival is well and truly over in Sydney, but we've still got 10 races to get through there, more or less, and an okay card at Caulfield to back it up as we head towards the Queensland Racing Carnival. Beaver, what's going on, mate?
Mates, pretty quiet week. Back from holidays, back into the swing of it, mates, and preparing for another week, another long weekend, which is a nicety.
Yeah, hard to complain when they link up together. A bit of two-up coming up on the weekend.
Quite likely, mates.
We'll see how we go with that. But we might kick off the racing this week with Randwick, where we are on a currently heavy track. We might get a little bit better. I'm not sure there's too much more rain around. And rail at 11 to the 1,000, from the 1,000 to the winning post, 8 the remainder. I'm thinking you probably don't want to be too far from the rail again, is the hunch I've got. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think that might be the case. It seemed to be the pattern last week as well. On pace, up near the lead, near the rail. If you can control the speed, then hard to get past.
All right, let's get into the first, which is the 2-year-olds over the 1,100 metres. How are we going to kick off the day?
Yeah, tricky little affair here. Hard to get a line through the various lines of form here. I'm going for the Waterhouse trained command approved. I thought its first race start, it was pretty good. Then stepped up into some better company races and wasn't disgraced behind some pretty decent horses. It's trialled well for this. I think it'll go forward and probably try and cross and lead, and that might be good enough to get it home.
Yeah, I found the same horse. I wasn't quite sure what to make of that Zugotcha race on the real heavy there, and just the way the track might play. Tim Clark straight to the front. Trials have been okay, and the other sort of chance I'd given to was Basquate, who's just come out, I've noticed. But I think it's not a bad play to start the day there at the each way price. Command approved in the first, which is interesting. Tricky couple of races coming up next, which been away for a few preparations for the sales coming up. Haven't been able to really dive into the midway and the highway. Have you got much in these two?
I haven't got much at all in the next here. Really hard to line this form up. Yeah, look, I don't have a tip for anybody really.
And the highway?
The highway, I had two horses that I thought were good chances. Miss Ostend, not so sure about the Canberra form, but I thought it could run well at a decent price, and I couldn't not let you down and think that resuming Freedom Square from the Massara stable, I think it could be improved this preparation. I didn't want to tip it, but I think this horse has a little bit of ability, and I think it might run well fresh here. Suited over the 1,400.
I didn't even think of it. I don't have my alarm ready, but I'd be disappointed if you didn't. So
yeah, I know.
Good job, Beaver. Finding that. We get back into now the rest of the card. I feel really dirty because basically it's just J-Mac on favourites, and I couldn't find a lot to beat them. So we kick off with a benchmark 8-8 over the 1,800 metres, where this is the first of these. James McDonald, Chris Waller, Aleas, nice enough Australian debut. Tick over trial since, and I couldn't find anything to beat it, really. I thought Mr. G might run well, but struggle to trust it as a horse. So it's the first of the J-Mac favourites I'm putting on top for the day. What are you doing here?
Yeah, same. I thought the first up run was pretty good over the 1,400, got back and finished off nicely. The step up in distance will suit here. Had some okay form overseas. This is as weak a race this horse will ever face if it doesn't win this. Yeah, off to the knackery because it's no good. But yeah, it looks too good for these.
Race 5 is a 1,200 metre benchmark 72, where, well, I've been with, I was with Sensor on the French up. It comes up here to Sydney. I assume it's come looking for wet tracks. There's the reasons up here. I'm drawn close to the fence. Hopefully can hold enough position there with Clipper on board. And at the each way price, I'm happy to have a spec on it because I'm done with Zarastro. And the other market leader, Cur Royale, has trialled okay to come back for this. I think they're the main ones, as the market says. So 5 from 8 for me here.
Yeah, no, I've stuck with Zarastro. third up. I think it gets its chance here. Going the Sydney way, I think it can improve rather than the Melbourne way. This is a much easier race than the first two starts. Willing to take the chances here now. It gets out to that sort of $455 mark, and hope it can run well.
Race 6 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,400 metres. Short price favourite again with McDonald on board. Is that the way you're going?
Yeah, that is the way I'm going. It's got the Melbourne form, but it just looks too good for these. Impressive first up. Could have a little bit of ability. He's got the right jockey and trainer here, and the right draw. Hard to beat.
Yeah, I've got the same. This is a midweek race at best, and it was pretty impressive first up. And I assume again has come up looking for the cut out of the ground, which it finds. On top for me, race 7, 1,100 metre benchmark 94, where Andermatt resumed with a very impressive win at Warwick Farm. Comes here and the market reflects it, but if it repeats that effort, it's going to blow these away yet again, Beaver.
Yeah, look, only the one danger. Dragonstone beat it by 6 last start, so can't see where anything else is coming from. Space Boy will go along, give it the nice pace and drag into the race. It's way too good.
Race 8, 1,600 metre benchmark 78. McDonald and O'Shea, Diamil, $2.30. It will be very hard to beat as well. Very nice. Progressed very well to that lovely win at Warwick Farm. It should take the next step again here. And once again, going through the field, I struggled to find anything to beat it. So for now, on top as well.
Yeah, look, same. Going great guns. The first 2 runs this prep in Australia have been outstanding, coming off some really good form overseas. Looks to be a horse that is on the way up.
Race 9, benchmark 88 over 1,300 metres this time. Anything here?
Tricky little affair this. I went looking down the market and I come up with Kinloch. It's won its first 2 starts this preparation, and no reason it can't continue on its winning way. It's probably in the market shortest it's been for a while, but this is a small field with a number of chances. Hopefully it can just sit off the pace here and blow them away at the end.
I'm with you. The form around it's been good. It's been impressive both wins. It's an each-way price, at least was before scratchings, and a nice chance for someone else to win a race here. I'm with Kinloch as well. And we wrap up the 1,400 metre benchmark 78, where if the track's playing fair and we come down the outside, I'm keen on Nick Our Spur here. It was a nice resumption at Canterbury, making ground there, which isn't always easy. Comes here, drawn the right gate normally by this time of the day, but we'll know for sure by now, and is, again, an each-way price. I'm happy to be with it. In the last, if it were on pace, too much cover, you know it's going to be, but perhaps a little disappointing last start. And I don't really want to talk about anything else here either. What have you found?
Yeah, I found the same. I thought if there was any chance of being able to run on down the middle of the track, Nick Our Spur could blow these away. I thought his first up run was pretty good at Canterbury in the shorter straight. The longer straight was certainly come from well back, handles the sting out of the ground. We know that. So right trainer again, hard to beat. I thought there was a couple of others that presented some decent value, similarly different strokes. If they can run on, it could be a danger. And if it seems to be on pace, don't leave you called it out.
Yep. That sums up our pretty quick thoughts at Randwick, actually. We got through that card quicker than I thought. For progretracing.com.au, the Randwick quaddie, don't know how wide we're going to be here. First leg, 2 Andermatt, 4 Blazing Miss. Second leg, 8 is 3 Diamil. Yep. 3 Diamil, 4 La Chevalier. We'll just throw one in there as insurance. Third leg, 2 Surf Dancer, 3 Kinloch, 4 O President, 6 Rustic Steel, 7 Taxu, and we'll come home with 2 Francesco Guardi, 5 Nick Our Spur, 7 You Called It, and 12, Too Much Caviar. For Progress Racing, your best in value at Randwick, Beaver.
Yeah, it was a little bit hard to find a lot of value, actually, unfortunately. So my value is going to be in race 2, I think it was. No, race 3, number 5, Freedom Square.
Mm-hmm.
And my best bet of the day comes up in race 4, number 4, Aleas.
I'm going to make, well, I feel a bit dirty now, but I had Andermatt as my best on the card. It's now $1.60, so throw Diamil in there as well. And my value, Sense of Honour, in race number 5. We head to Caulfield for a card we can perhaps get our teeth into a little bit better here. Good 4-track. And we kick off with a benchmark 78 over the 1,400 metres. Starting day for a little bit of a half midweek race. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, looking for a bit of value in this. I've gone for number 2, Tokarangi from the Moroni stable. Had some pretty decent form in group company in New Zealand, where it had ran some really nice races, sort of over the mile plus distance. I thought its first up run in a Group 2 in Australia back in October last year was pretty good. Got well out of its ground at the hundreds and ran on nicely at Flemington in a good quality race. Was put out then, brought back here sometime later. I think it's been about 200 days since its last start, but only lightly raced. I think it can run well in this if it's ready. It's got the 3 kilo claim, so it gets in at 58.5. I've got a watch on this.
And the stable is absolutely flying too. Different
It is.
stable to what it was when it came over. So, yeah, good find there. I was with giving a couple of chance here. Bel Toro stuck outside lead, or wide outside lead at Flemington and held on quite well behind Think and Fly. Comes here and is around the $8.50 mark. Oliver going on helps. Hopefully can find a bit of cover and a nice train there. And my old sparring partner is back again. I probably need an alarm for him, but Coulth is back.
Cool.
He's a talented horse, and Beaver probably knew from the moment he saw this field that I was going to have something on it, and
I did at the price.
I probably will. At the price, definitely. I'll just for my own sanity, I'll have something on it. But tricky race to start the day. Race 2, we have the rest of the races of the VOBIS. So some good quality horses in perhaps average fields with the VOBIS races throughout the afternoon. A 1,400 metre race 2 is next, where one of these is Sirileo Miss. Nice win last time, was brave fighting with Foxy Frida in that race. This is a much weaker affair. I think Oliver will just go straight forward from the gate, and can't see anything that's going to run past it.
Yeah, look, don't disagree there. My concern was that it may not get to the lead if something like Comica tries to take on it, pushes up, and that was my only concern. And I sort of left it at the two of them as the main 2 chances, depending on who leads. If it has to sit outside of it, maybe Comica can just kick and win. But Sirileo Miss for me, I think it's probably a bit better horse.
Yeah, awesome. Race 3 is the 1,600 metre VOBIS Guineas. What are you doing here?
Yeah, good little race here. Three horses that are in the market, and then plenty of value outside of that for obvious reasons. They don't have a great deal of form. I've come up with Don Diego. Really liked its first up win at Pakenham. Flew home, was really powerful on the line, and then I thought it as favourite last start. Was really brave and could have almost won that against Vasmi, who probably at Sandown was just led and got along at the right pace, and it was harder to go past them. I think here, just fit it out to the 1,600. It's right up its alley. Drawn 12, can get into the running line. I like Don Diego.
I just went the other way to Tobey Shaw. Nice win, rolling along on pace at Pakenham last time to set up for this. I think it gets map favours here again. And it will be hard to run past. Yeah, what you mentioned is right with Don Diego, just to be concerned about if it goes right back or it gets in the run, but definite chance.
That was mine.
Yeah, and as the market says, Chartreuse is in this as well, but I was with Tobey Shaw on top. The 2,000 metre Gold Heath comes up race 4, where just look at now, Grandslam's been backed overnight. It was stuck outside lead last start and quite brave again. It's actually a spot Jamie Carr seems to find quite a bit outside lead and seems to get beaten quite a bit. So for giving it there, I think it gets all the favours here. It should roll right forward. And if it does, it will be very hard to run past. But I'm not telling it the market's not. Ain't No Deal done a nice resumption. Big concern is second up after 500 days and might want to see one more just to get over that. But,
third up. Third up, actually.
It is, sorry, third up.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is third up.
I think it's Cherry Ripe.
So it may well be Cherry Ripe and may have a better run if Grandslam doesn't push right forward. But sticking with Grandslam as one of the better bets on the card, it sounds like you're the other way.
I am the other way. Like this third up, horse on the way up, I think out to the 2,000 metre now is perfect. Thought needed the run last start and gets the 3 kilo pull in the weights here from Grandslam. I think that may be enough to turn the tables and get the win.
Race 5 is the 1,100 metre Gold Dash, where I was very keen on Scissor Step last time. Not quite sure from gate 1 if I'm as keen now. See, it seems to be a horse that needs to settle and get itself into some clear air. So I was with Ice Picnic. It's done nothing wrong. Both wins have been pretty impressive. Linda Meach is very good at going forward on these and was happy to be with it. From Scissor Step, Obvious Danger. And that's probably the end of it for me. Give Me Pay can completely forgive that heavy track run. It's better than that. What were your thoughts here?
I stuck with Scissor Step because I just liked the win so much last start. Yeah. I had the same reservations as you, given the barrier draw. But I think with the small field, that I'm just hoping it can get off the fence at the right time.
Damien Lane's one of the better gate 1 jockeys too. He's quite happy to try and sneak through a gap there.
That's right. So hopefully they can get it off the fence early enough. I just think this horse has got a bit of ability. Ice Picnic obviously 1-2 from 2 and from the right stable. This is probably the hardest race it's had to come up against, but obviously it will be hard to go past. It'll probably lead here. But I think the other one might be just a bit too strong.
Cool. Quaddy kicks off with the 2-year-olds over 1,200 metres, where Bello Bow, you could argue, should probably still be undefeated. Who are you backing here?
Bello Bow. I think it's the best bet on the card. Didn't have a lot of luck last start, and prior to that was pretty dominant in all its wins down in Tasmania. I think here is perfect draw, I think it takes care of these.
I tend to agree with you. I have it on top for all the reasons you've said. I thought the one I will have something on just because I just missed it the big odds last time and is $16 again. Over Shady was very brave doing the hard work at Bendigo. Bendigo it was. And may have a similar setup here and just is over the odds to some of these, but very hard to beat Bello Bow. 1,200 metre gold sprint, race 7. Our mate's back again. What are we doing here?
Which mate's that? Shelby. Yes, interesting. Going to
be honest, if you've made money off it the last 6 weeks, you've got to have something on this race.
100%. The fact is, I haven't.
There's that problem.
I haven't backed it in any of its starts, so I don't think I'll be starting now. It's been out for a long time, but still seems to be running well. I'm going for Lombardo. I was a little bit disappointed last start, but In the Boat was just outstanding. Just ran along and kicked away and killed them, and it was very hard to trace them home from there. Prior to that at Morphettville, ran really well. So it is a little bit of a tricky horse to catch. Sort of has won 7 from 14. I think it can run really well here.
Absolutely, yeah. No arguments here. I'm sticking with Shelby. I think it's been tangling with your Nature's Trips of the world and Eduardo's, and comes here. If it's still with us, will run well, especially the price again. You might get better on a day. Swatsat looks obvious through the 4th and 5th in the big group 1s, but it's now been a long time since she's actually won a race. So it does leave Lombardo as a good bet here, and potential map favours as well. There's not a lot of actual pace in this race, I don't think. So interesting race, but I think they're the main ones. Race 8 is the VOBIS Gold Mile, and I am going to stick with a horse that's won the last 2 years, Sosi Bon. Nice return there, just gassed out late at Bendigo, and at the each way price, I think will run well again here because there's a long tail in this field. I think it's a very good chance. I think Adele Amour is the up and comer and obviously fits. And as the market suggests, Junipal is a former good horse, but just hasn't done it for a very long time now. And I don't really want to be diving into it. So I've got Sosi Bon on top. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've got Adele Amour. Really like the way it let down last start, second up to at Caulfield. Again, gets in here with a featherweight of 53, so it gets a pull in the weights, 4 from Junipal, 7 from Sosi Bon. So really well weighted. Drawn 2, which means it can stay off the fence if it wants. Look, yeah, I agree. It's the young horse on the way up, and you know, even if you look at, it's already had starts over 1,600, 2,000, and ran really well in group races. I think it's a nice bet.
And we wrap up the day with the 1,100 metre Bel Esprit Stakes, where Extreme Warrior resumes. Are you with it, Beaver?
Well, you've got to go with it. I mean, this horse has got huge reps on it, and you know, it's been well found in markets in much bigger races than this, and won some really good races and won them easy. If it has the ability that they think it has, it should be taking care of these. It's drawn well enough and weighted well enough. Had to keep a watch on my old mate La Mexicana. It's tried okay and should be primed for a good first up tilt here. Generally goes pretty well fresh, so it could be one at the odds.
Yeah, Extreme Warrior. It seems to be the groundswell horse of the day, doesn't it? It's just the male's out. The 3 trials ready for this have been good. It is a good horse. I think sets up well here in an okay race and is on top as well. I think Bless Her's the place bet of the day. Should be swooping, and little Blake McDougall hopefully can get us into a place there, and General Boa run along and give you a sight. I want to see something from the Mexicana. Once the mares sort of stop, I'd like to see him start again before I really get interested. But maybe a bit more of an interesting program than Sydney provides. You got a quaddie, our best, and a value for Pro Group Racing.
Yeah, so my quaddie, first leg, starting in race 6, number 1, Bello Bow, and number 9, Holo Luaja. Am I 2?
Yep.
In the second leg, I have gone number 2, Shelby 66, number 5, Lombardo, number 8, Paul's Regret, number 10, Typhoon Harmony, and number 12, Swat's That.
Good inclusion, Paul's Regret. I like it.
In the third leg, I've gone number 1, Sosi Bon, number 6, Umgawa, number 12, Adele Amour.
Yep.
And in the last, I've gone number 2, General Bow, number 7, Bless Her, number 8, La Mexicana, and number 9, Extreme Warrior.
Very good, Beaver. Have you got a best in value?
Yes, I do. My best was race 6, number 1, Bello Bow. And my value bet is in race 8, number 12, Adele Amour.
Beautiful. I'm going to make what have I done here? Interesting. My value, Shelby 66. And I've got, I've written down my best as Scissor Step, but I might have been in a Kenny Calendar sort of mood there. Because I think Ice Picnic will give it a race. I'll make my best Extreme Warrior in the last. Not really shaking anything up there, am I? But anyway, Anything up north? We've got, I just see the blue colours are launching a bit of an assault at Morphettville, so you can follow them throughout the day there, the Godolphin team. But we head towards the Queensland Winter Racing Carnival, which we'll cover off the feature races on this show. You got anything for us tomorrow?
Yeah, I've got a couple up at Doomben. Race 3, number 1, Yiska. Will be super hard to beat. I've got... I had one here, and now it looks like... Oh, yes, race 5, number 16, Delexo.
Yep.
Race 7, number 4, Prince of Boom. And race 8, number 4, Cucaracha.
Looks like some good betting at Doomben tomorrow. Good job, Beaver. Good luck over the Anzac Day long weekend. Hopefully a couple of 2-up results go your way as well. Good luck to all the punters this long weekend. Take care, and we'll talk to everyone next week. Catch you soon, guys.